warroomsports.com. Get that mobile app.
Hip-hop fans, what's going on? Welcome to the first ever edition of WAR, the War Room Album Review Show. This is the new show on War Room Sports TV. What we'll do is we'll talk about all sorts of hip-hop albums, break them down, give our opinions. You know, hip-hop is a huge part of what we do here at War Room Sports. So we wanted to start a new show. This is not Operation Battle Rap. This is specifically albums. We're going to talk about albums. I got a special panel. The culture cavemen, as Phil would like to call us. We listen to more hip-hop than most. So what we're going to do in this inaugural show is we're going to talk about the year 2014 in hip-hop and some of our favorite albums, just albums that we think you should check out. A lot of times people don't, listen to a lot of hip-hop these days. They talk about what's on the radio, but we're going to talk about some albums that you may or may not have heard and give our opinion on them. Introduce everybody at the round table. I got my man Savad from the Tissue and the Tape podcast. What's going on, Savad?
Hey, man, it's an honor and a blessing to be here, man. Tissue and the Tape, as well as Hip Hop 365 on Facebook.
Yes, sir.
Respect heat holders.
Yes, sir. Also, I got my man, Uncle Mike, as he's known. He has his own YouTube channel where he reviews albums. Link will be in the bio. I just want to say before Uncle Mike speaks that he gets a spot on this round table for two reasons. He'll always have a spot. He introduced me to MF Doom years ago and Jean Grey. So the fact that he put me down with Jean Grey and MF Doom, 20 whatever years ago, he'll always have a spot. What's good, Mike?
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that. At Uncle Brish 30 on Twitter and IG. Peace. Yes, stay tuned.
Yes, sir. And also from Tissue and the Tape, we also have Phil. What's going on, homie?
What's going on, man? Tissue and the Tape, Hip Hop 365. We do it every damn day. Philmatic 365 on Twitter and IG. Respect heat holders.
That's right. Philmatic 365. Listen, gentlemen, how are we going to do this? Because there's so many albums that come out in 2014. I'll start with you, Savad. And what I'll say is give me your top 3 albums, right? Just your top 3. We're going to talk about all the other albums that you enjoyed. But if you had to pick just 3 albums that were your favorite this past year, or should I say projects? Because I just don't want to, put it to albums because there's so many mixtapes, which these days are like albums. So what's your top 3?
My top 3, I definitely would have to start with Sci-Hi the Prince, Black History Project. Mm-hmm. It's actually something that you put me on to. You're one of the first people I heard talking about it. Made me definitely check it out as soon as it came out. Secondly, Prime. Royce the 5'9", DJ Premier, Adrian Young, just that whole, that's pound for pound, that's probably the best to me, but it's definitely in the top 3. And then Run the Jewels 2, at the end of the year as well. That definitely, that's my top 3 right there. Sure.
Yo, my top 3 and your top 3 were damn near identical to the day. Here's the thing, and I was telling you guys this on Facebook before we came on. Sci-Hi, well, first of all, Run the Jewels is my favorite album by far this year. Prime is right next to it. And I had Sci-Hi as well right before the show. But I'm sitting here, every time I listen to this Razzcast and Apollo Brown album, I swear to you, it just moves up further and further. So I'm going to have to put that in my 3 spot, but my other 2 are just like yours.
Yeah.
But I think I edged out Sci-Hi, just edged it out because, there's something about these collabo albums, man, like, LP and Killer Mike and Royce and Premier, like, that's the new wave, and I'm totally enjoying it, like, but this Apollo Brown and Razzcast, because the thing about, to me, with Razzcast, right, I thought his weak spot has always been production, but now that he had Apollo, like, holding that aspect down, that album is phenomenal, man, it's waterproof. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Uncle Mike, what are your top 3 albums of the year?
Well, of course, mine is going to be a shock to the world, but number 3, I would have to give it to Locksmith. As I stated on my top 10, he is so underrated as a lyricist. Everybody's familiar with his work with Ski, but that 1,000 Cuts, he just lyrically, he's amazing. Mm-hmm. 2, I'm gonna have to go with. I gotta go with Run the Jewels. Killer Mike. His wordplay has always been amazing. LP is okay, but just the beats and the way that it's laid out and how it switches up, it's just amazing. Like, you know, it's a body of work that not a lot of people can touch. And just for the simple fact that I really appreciate how Premier is still staying afloat, even though Guru is no longer here. Prime is got to be the #1 album of the year, hands down, in 2014, because Royce, you know, he just stepped it up as a lyricist tremendously since, you know, the Marshall Mathers LP.
Yo, Royce be talking filthy on that album. Yo, the one thing I do want to say, though, one thing I do got to say, though, we got to give LP a chance. You got to listen to LP. LP got bars, man.
No, I'm not saying that he doesn't.
The Fun Crusher.
Yo, but here's my thing, though. Here's what I like about Run the Jewels, is that his production, though, it doesn't sound like anybody.
Yeah,
like, his production is like, you know, he's just doing his own thing. It doesn't sound like anybody else. It's crazy, but definitely, I respect all three of those albums. Phil, last but not least.
Man, you know I'm greedy, man. You trying to get 3.
No, we're gonna talk about some more albums, but before we talk about all the other albums,
so the 3, Raz and Apollo Brown and Run the Jewels, they were kind of in that, but Run the Jewels is just a better overall project, I think, collectively. Then my number 2, I had Prom. Prom. The only bad thing I can say about it is that it wasn't long enough.
But I think that's part of the beauty of it, though.
I mean, it is, but you know, it leaves you like
maybe
Will
2
Matic.
more songs.
Yeah,
no, I know, but see, the thing about it is, like, here's the thing about it. I don't think there's a skippable track on there, right? So I'd rather them give me 9 strong joints than to try to put like 3 or 4, and you like, yo, what this?
No,
you know
they didn't have to give you the double disc, you know 4 tracks, you know,
Right.
give you the Gucci Man 6 albums.
Oh,
and
Lord.
type. No, but I mean, if we could have got 11 to 13 tracks.
Yes.
Stop being greedy, man.
No, but think about it. Think about the throwaways. Think about the throwaways. Phil is
You know
right.
the throwaways is dope.
Think of the throwaways is probably better than half of these bulls.
You know how it goes. Man. The stuff that don't make the album be the stuff that you be like, yo, why didn't this make the album? But
that's true.
But Prom, you know, Primo is my guy. Primo's is my #1 producer of all time. So I'm a little biased when it comes to Primo anyway. But for me personally, that's my joy, yo. Coogee Rap is one of my guys. AZ. So to have that, and then you get a little dose of Pharaoh, and then Ghost is my favorite guy out the Wu. It has been.
Mine too.
It has been for a long time, since Iron Man actually. Which we'll get into that another day about how I think it's better than the Purple Tape. But
whoa, hold up! You said Iron Man's better than the Purple Tape?
Yeah.
Let's say that. That's a whole nother show right there.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. I know. We
I'm kind of surprised it got past Supreme Clientele.
Talk to him.
Supreme Clientele is probably in the top 10 albums of all time.
No. I think it's my favorite Wu album. My favorite. It's not saying it's the best, but it's my favorite. But Iron Man. Well, that's not what we're talking about.
36 Seasons is your favorite album of the year.
36 is to me, it's the most complete project. It's the most concise project. I'm big on arrangement, and it's laid out perfect.
It's very strong
from
arrangement.
beginning to end.
It is.
I like the storytelling aspect of it. And Ghost is just my guy. His imagination is hilarious, and his descriptions and stuff. He gives you that vision.
Jim, where you been hiding these dudes at, man? You know.
No, but peep this though, Phil. One thing I want to say is because that was an album that it's like 3 albums, right? That I'll definitely want to put in my 3rd slot, but I only had 3 slots. That was one of them. And speaking of arrangement, another one was PTSD.
Yes.
Pharaoh.
Yes.
Oh God.
Because to me, that right there is like a piece of art. The way he arranged that album, storytelling, the whole 9. That was one. 36 Seasons definitely was one. And another one I just want to bring up real quick that a lot of people may not be familiar with is Open Mike Eagles' Dark Comedy. That was like an underground genre.
I listened to that.
Yeah, I
now,
definitely.
now, guess what, Jim? You got to send me something because I evidently I done missed something.
Oh yeah, openmiceagle comedy. But let me ask you. Speaking of that, I'm gonna throw a couple titles out there that people may or may not have heard of, right? So, Jam Laza Squad is another album I like. The Ninth Wonder one.
Oh yeah.
The Barrel Brothers album I like. The Step Brothers album, Lord Steppington. I definitely like that album. Army of Pharaohs.
Army of Pharaohs.
I got to get on that. We was just talking.
Here's one that I just came across a couple weeks ago. Someone told me about it. Is Kaz, C-O-Z-Z. This is a West Coast guy. He has one called Kaz in Effect. It came out last year.
That's what Jay was talking about. J. Cole when he on the outro.
Yeah.
That's the album he was talking about.
Yo, definitely a dope album. I know Mike likes this album. Mick Jenkins, The Water.
Oh,
That's
I love
another
it.
dope album.
Both his albums is dope.
Yeah, Diamond District March on Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Another underrated album. Tracy Lee's album just came out. That's a dope album. It's definitely a dope album.
Yo, I remember you mentioned it.
It's a dope album. An album that shocked me a little bit. And not that I always thought he was dope, but Cormega's album, Mega Philosophy.
Man, you know what? I kind of skipped over that. I skipped over that because I really didn't like Cormega years ago, the way his flow was. So I didn't even download that. But it's worth it.
He kind of like did a 180. Like Cormega's a conscious rapper now. It's like it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Like he went from animal thugging to tree hugging. Like,
Wow. I was so
hugging.
scared. I was scared to download it.
No, but he did his thing because I wasn't a huge fan of his either. And then I listened to it, and then my man Reem, the other third of the tissue and the tape brick, what up, Reem? He was heavy. He was like, yo, you gotta listen. So he got me to listen, begrudgingly. I'd listen.
I'm still stuck on in Queens where my drugs be. I wear and rugby.
Yeah.
Spit it out, man. Spit it out.
He's so rough right now.
Something because I was so scared.
Listen, I'm telling you,
don't be scared, man. Listen,
you're gonna be shocked because I'm like, hold up, is this the same guy? Like,
yeah, you're gonna look at it. You're gonna take the headphones off and look at him like, is this Cormega?
Mega grew up, man. It is what it is. Listen though, another underrated album I like this year, 740 Park Avenue by Mickey Fax.
Oh yeah.
Yo, mind reader, Jim. I was about to go there. Yo, Mickey Fax is he's such a talented dude. Man. He just misses his breaks. Like, I don't know who he pissed off in the industry or whatever.
Yeah.
Something.
It was that Hyundai. It was that Hyundai commercial.
In his catalog, though, he has one album that's probably one of the best albums I heard this last decade, though. Honest to God. No, yes, Mickey Mouse. Yeah, the Mickey Mouse. Yeah, that album right there.
Yeah.
That joint is. I was kind of late to that, but then when I heard one of my guys, D-Lo, he kept saying, "Yo, this is the best thing ever. This is the best thing ever." And then
it's the movie, yo.
No, I like Why Not.
It's
I like Why
movie.
Not, yo.
No, Why Not was dope. He was barring out on Why Not, but Mickey Mouse. This was something like
it's cinematic.
It's a movie. I was driving from like Maryland to Philly, and I swear I was zoned out. I felt like I was watching the movie, and like for an album to do that, I mean, it's crazy. But 740 Park Ave was a dope album he dropped this year.
Yeah.
Intro alone was crazy.
Yo, here's an album that I don't know if you guys heard called Copper Gone by Sage Francis.
I did not hear that.
Way underground, but it's dope.
I'm familiar with Sage. I had some of his
Me
early
too.
stuff. I didn't hear the new joint.
Big Crit's album, of course. We didn't mention that catalog.
I got everything he ever made.
215.
Love it.
All right, but let me ask you guys a question. I named a lot of albums. Is there anything that I didn't mention that probably stood out to you that people may or may not have heard?
Yeah, for sure. I gotta call out Phil because on our show, Tissue and the Tape, he actually when this album came out, it was one of our first.
Oh, I know where he's going.
We always have this debate, or we always have this conversation about what's the last standing great album, like what's the who holds the championship belt. And we've been saying basically since, October 22nd, 2012, Good Kid, Mad City's holding the belt in terms of, the who's, who has the best album.
That's a matter of opinion because.
But we've been saying that. We've been saying that.
Section 80 is better than that, but that's either here or there.
Yeah, too.
But
we've been saying that
since it came out.
Yeah, since it came out, it's been holding the belt in terms of just moving the culture. And,
I got you. That's true. It was a moment because we don't have too many moments no more in hip hop, but it was a moment. But go ahead.
So in relation to that, Phil on our show, he said, that the Oxymoron was the best album or best project.
Now, keep in mind, this was in January when I said this.
Yeah, best album. That, and this was, obviously maybe a little bit of prisoner of the moment is.
It's still a dope album.
Yes.
I stand by that. It's still a dope album.
But
it's been so much stuff has come out.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like that was January, and then we look now at the end of the year, and it's barely in the top, in a top 10.
Well, that's crazy. A lot of albums that happened to, like PTSD, that happened to, Sci-Hi's album. A lot of people.
But that's what I was going to say about Sci-Hi.
Yeah.
But that's what I was going to say about Sci-Hi because Sci-Hi is still relevant. That's how dope the album was. That it's still in hard tops right now.
Yo, Sidell Young, man.
His appearance.
That one song right there, man.
His appearance on Sway in the Morning made the album even better. Like to see Rev run just in amazement at this dude because he rapped songs right off the album. He no hype man. He did the hooks, everything.
But you know what else? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say another album that got slept on was for Sean and Alchemist John. It was crazy.
2014. That was 2014.
I
don't know why I thought it was 2015.
Fashionably Late is amazing.
Yeah, Alchemist is one of my favorites. But speaking of the producer MC combo, Freddie Gibbs, that album Pinata.
Pinata.
That's another one. Like that was shocking. Like
there's so many albums, Jim. Like
that's my point. But that's what people say that nothing comes out. There's so many dope albums. Like Pinata is another album.
Black Milk joint was amazing.
Yeah.
MOP Street Certified.
Oh God. Yeah.
Oh God.
187, yo.
I'm so mad at Jim. I'm so mad at Jim right now. I'm so mad at Jim. You know me. You know me. This is supposed to be 5 years ago introduced.
Listen,
already.
man. That's why I bring the culture cavemen together, man. That's what I'm doing right now, man.
And then the last joint, and actually one of the best albums. This is in my top 5. This is the 5th album in my top 5. Static Selector. Static Selector is so underrated as a producer.
He always drops dope albums,
And he had my guy on there. He had Black Thought just spaz out.
Of course. Oh God. You know what?
Speaking of, what about what Black Thought did on PTSD?
He destroyed it. But did you hear Black Thought and Lupe on Nicki Jean album?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
But here you go.
No, his best verse to me might have been the joint that he did for the Hip Hop Nation town hall meeting, where he just did. Quest was on the 1s and 2s. And he just played a bass beat, just a bass line, and he just spazzed. We played it on the show Friday, but.
Can I tell a quick story about Thought? I went to go see this ball. I'm standing like in the second row. This ball, it was him and Mad Skills. He spit for 9 minutes straight, did not stop. I was punching.
When you saw it?
It was down. What's the joint down Spring Garden? Like right there, like 9th and Spring Garden or whatever. Yeah, that joint. So I go down there and Mad Skills got in his face. Mad Skills start feeling it so hard. After like 3 minutes, he was like in this ball face, just like going crazy with it.
That's when they did the Hip Hop 101 joint, because they did something similar here, like where he just was freestyling, and he just was like, Skills was like, Hey, what you want me to do?
He's an MC, man.
And Skills got a new album out too. Came out like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, him and Bank did an album together, which is dope.
I haven't checked that out.
Speaking of Bank, another dope album that was slept on was Broken Ankles by Freeway last year.
Yeah, definitely. I forgot about this. See, that's what I'm saying. There's so many of them.
Yo, that's why when people say, hip hop dead, I'm be like, yo, something wrong with you. Then you're not. If you're looking for the for hip hop to be on Hot 97 or
Right.
whatever your local radio station is, then that's your fault.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to find quality hip hop on the radio. That's
You're
not
right.
the
Two
radio.
things though. Two things to your
Radio's
point.
not meant for that.
First, you talked about Black Thought. We didn't even bring up and then you shoot your cousin, the Roots album.
I know. I'm so mad that ain't make my top 10.
That was a
No,
concept.
It wasn't not a bad album.
I see Survive putting thumbs down. You don't like
It
it
was
at all?
not a bad album.
For some reason, I hate Truck North. I can't stand him.
Word. Word.
I got his album, yo. It was horrible, man.
All right, but here's my thing though. It was a concept album. Right? But the one thing that pissed me off like about that album, and I thought it was I didn't think it was a bad album. It wasn't enough Black Thought. It's like
Exactly.
Yes.
it wasn't enough Black Thought, and his best verses of the year was on other people's albums.
Yeah, exactly. That should never
You
happen.
got Dice Raw on there. You got Boring behind Truck North. And no disrespect. I know he a Philly dude and all that, but I just he not good enough, I think. I don't know.
No, the album was not bad, but Jim is absolutely right. It was not enough Black Thought. And all the best verses. His verse on Tony Touch destroyed everything that he did on the album. And it was longer than if you collectively put his verses together on the album. The Tony Touch verse is almost long as them. So I mean,
I agree.
If you have the best MC in the world as your front man, you gotta use it.
So let me ask you this: did y'all ever hear the song Black Thought? You ever heard of this group called The Works from Philly?
Absolutely.
Because he got a joint with The Works and he destroys this song. It's called Bernard Hop. It's called Bernard Hop. Oh my God.
I got one better for you. He did a song for Sean C and LV called Fire with PD Crack and
Horn.
No, STS is on there. STS.
Oh yeah, STS.
STS, PD and them smashed it. And this didn't make their album. They did their album. This was a throwaway.
STS get on my nerves too. STS get on. His voice irks me.
Yo, Black Thought will never let no one get on the track and outdo him, yo. Like
No.
People gonna stop calling that dude, man.
And, you know, we gonna be dead and gone before that happened, yo.
Yeah, but here's something
you
else.
see, a lot of people don't work with Black. Jay-Z ain't never ripped with Black. I don't care.
They don't want that.
And he used the Roots band, and he ain't never go near the microphone with Black.
Common is family, and Common like, hey, I'm good, man. He did a hook one time on One Day It'll All Make Sense, and you know, he got on a couple of Roots joints, but Black Thought is. I don't think Black Thought been on any Talib joints.
Yo, that's why I remember Punt. I remember Punt saying
after that, it was a rap.
Well, Gorilla Monsoon rap, he was like him and Pharaoh just both destroyed that jump.
Yo, but I remember Punt, when Punt was alive, Punt said the reason that he wanted to put him on the album is because he's heard MCs literally say, I'm not getting on the track with dude. So he wanted to prove how nice he was, and he wanted to, go at it with
That's one way to do it.
Yeah, so, but the album we didn't mention, Rhapsody, I thought that album was phenomenal.
Yes.
Yo.
That's our girl, yo.
You know what? I like her, but for some reason I just can't. I can't get into it, man.
Chris, it was all good, Mike.
This album was her best work. Like, I understand what you're saying, Mike.
You're right. It was.
Before this album, she was hit or miss. Like, she had some dope songs and some songs I didn't like. But this album,
Godzilla,
from start to finish, is dope.
Godzilla is
maybe the length of it too. Maybe because it kind of left me like.
It was an EP. It was an EP. So she was trying to. Yeah, I think she was trying to just heat it up a little bit, and they definitely wanted to get some iTunes money too.
Yo, she's rocking with everybody. Yo, her first feature was with Big Daddy Kane. Yo, the first person she ever got on the track was Big Daddy Kane, and Big Daddy co-signed it. So that's all I need.
Well, it's hard because Ninth Wonder co-signed her, and that's what makes me like I know I have to listen to her.
Yeah.
Yo.
But she's nice.
When we finish this show, just listen to that from start to finish. Yo, bar for bar.
Jim,
bar for bar is nobody, no females messing with her.
Man, Dream
other than
Ocean.
possibly
Oh,
Jean.
Jean Grey. Oh, okay. Whew,
Yeah.
you scared me. You scared me
Jean,
just then.
But Jean songs though, man, like she's incredible as an MC. Her song making ability is
I don't know, man. I
But
don't know.
lyrically, though, she can destroy
lyrically
a
she's
lot of
amazing.
dudes,
She's
man.
amazing.
Yo,
Yeah.
but here's
When
speaking of females, right? Now here we go sideways, right? I want to say a shout out to Nicki Minaj, right? I'm gonna tell you why. Actually, her album wasn't terrible. Like I
It
listened to
wasn't
it,
even whack.
and I know that sounds crazy. It wasn't even whack, but no, I was actually pleasantly surprised listening to her album. So I definitely want to give her a shout out because her album came out this past year, and I listened. I'm like, damn, it's not real popish. She's getting introspective a little bit. I actually enjoyed the album.
I did.
To me, it was too long though. Like it was like
Definitely.
she had a lot of filler on there, and the other
Opposite
thing,
of Prime.
the other.
I hate the singing.
opposite
I
of
hate
Prime.
all the singing.
Yeah, the singing is a let it go. You know, let that go. Get your Elsa on and let that go. But
I mean, I guess I'm from the era where, and you guys too. Like, if you want to spit, just spit.
I mean,
Don't give me Lou Rawls with rap.
Oh no. No,
All right,
but
well,
if
listen.
you can sing, then that's cool. But if you can't sing, don't do it.
All right,
You know what I
repeat
mean?
this though. Repeat this though. Let me ask you guys another question. We talked about a lot of dope albums. What was some of your more disappointing albums? Something that you may have been looking forward to, and when you heard it, you were like, Phil, I'll start with you.
Fab.
What was maybe a disappointing album for you?
We ain't gonna take Fab.
Yeah, me too. That's on my list because after the Soul series, I was
He gets
like,
the gas.
okay, and he about to get busy on Young OG.
It was a retail album, so I already knew. We
Yeah.
talked about it. Retail, Fab Retail is
Yeah.
it's two different dudes. When you give him the freedom to do what he want, no restrictions, he's amazing. When you give him as soon as the barcode go in there, it's lights out. Once
So
you go
true.
to sale, is all bad.
The album I didn't mention, which wasn't disappointing, is actually album I like is the Locks of the Trinity series, right?
Oh, I love it.
The one that was actually
Sure.
free was the best one to me.
You're right.
Not the one that they put on like iTunes.
You are absolutely
I guess
right.
it goes to your point, Phil. Like
But they did EPs on the joint. I like how they always gave a shout out to the to the 4 or 5, like they did a brand Nubian cover,
yeah.
which was dope.
The free one was the best one though. The one that was on the mixtape one was the best one, in my opinion.
I mean, they figured like, I mean, this is the one that most people gonna hear.
Yeah.
They put their work in. But still, even though it didn't come out in 2014, one of the best joints, it came out in late 2013, was the Hood Cream Cake. Their version of the Drake and Jay joint.
Yeah.
I'll take their version over the Drake and Jay joint any day.
Right.
Absolutely. So your biggest disappointment for you was Fab.
Yeah.
Mike, I already know where you're gonna go with this.
Lord.
I know where you're gonna go with this because
I
agree
got
with
two.
you.
I got two, but I'm
Who you
gonna
got?
say the worst one. What happened to my man, the Game? I can't. Year of the Wolf was horrible, man.
Yo, I knew you were gonna say that, and I agree because here's the thing about it is, regardless of what you think about the Game's personality, in my opinion, he makes great albums. Like his albums have been dope to me.
Mhm.
This John,
He's anti-Fab.
yo,
He makes great albums.
Yeah, there you go. But this John right here, like, yo, I tossed it immediately. I'm like, what is
Me
this? Like,
too.
his last mixtape was kind of terrible too. It was like a OKC or something like that. So
Oh, you know what? I actually like that.
I didn't. I don't know what's going on with him. Like, I don't know what's going on with him right now, man. Maybe it's something in his personal life. I don't know what it is, but the music
Reality
is
show, man. Like let that go, man.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. Who knows what it is?
You can't be on reality TV and I don't know, man. Look,
And I'm gonna slide this in here. J. Cole album was not good. I'm sorry.
Ooh, I know
sorry.
that's a debatable topic. Like, I knew you was
sorry.
gonna say that.
I'm sorry.
But
The boy is so bored. Him and Truck North can be roommates, man. I
Here's the thing. I agree with you that I'm not gonna say it's the most disappointing, but it definitely is very boring to me.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I get this debate online all the time because I've had some people tell me it's the best album of the year, and I'm like, yo, I'm like dope
Who,
dog.
who you talking to?
I'm like dope
You got to
dog.
realize who you speaking with when
Dope dog food because he's so boring. Like
Yes.
I literally don't even care what he's saying, and he's actually talking some good stuff. He has lyrics. He's talented.
so
But,
talented.
yo, he needs like an A&R or something.
Long-winded.
And he's
Long-winded.
The production is horrible.
If I hear, that's because he's trying to do it himself to save money. If I hear the story about Jay turning him down one more time,
Yes.
it's the same stories over. He's so boring.
Yes.
But anyway, Survive. Back to you. Disappointing album this year.
I just want to say something to Phil's point. We said this on our show. We call Fab. He's like a dome team in the NFL. He's like the New Orleans Saints. Perfect conditions. You're going to get 30, 36 to 42 points a game. You know, you make him play outside in Soldier Field or somewhere. He looks real bad. That's where that barcode comes in.
That's a great analogy.
He's a dome team.
Oh man.
Dome team rap.
I want to mention an album that we didn't talk about first. Logic, Under Pressure. One of the best albums of the year for
We
sure.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Definitely want to mention that one. But my most disappointing album of 2014 by far, and this is a guy that I consider to be one of the best that I've ever heard. TITT. That's that whole reality show, I think.
Oh yes, that freaking paperwork.
Paperwork was terrible, man. Even
that was
Young
Pharrell,
Thug, man.
Yeah, it was
Even
so
Pharrell-
terrible that I forgot it came out.
even Pharrell in the past couple weeks, he actually has an interview in GQ that he's on the cover. He actually mentioned that he was the executive producer of that album, and he didn't even know why it went so left. He was expecting for him to do one type of work with T.I., and it just ended up going left without him even realizing that he was the EP on the album. So I definitely have to say Paperwork, man.
That album was so terrible that I forgot it came out.
Yo,
Yeah, for sure.
Because
Paperwork.
Trouble Man was a good album.
It was good.
Trouble Man was very good.
And it was supposed to be a sequel to it, and then he totally just switched it up and said, this is about to be Paper Trail 2, my most extensive work, blah, blah. And then it just, Pharrell couldn't even.
He should have kept
It was
with
terrible.
the Trouble Man series, because it was supposed to be Heavy as the Head and then Wear the Crown. You know, it was but
it was terrible.
I want to bring up somebody who we all, I'm sure, revere and respect highly, and we didn't even mention his name.
Come on, steal mine. I didn't get mine yet. You about to steal it? Why?
Go ahead.
All right, I have two albums that were disappointing. One was A Better Tomorrow.
No.
Like they should have just let Ghost produce that, because like it's funny though, because when that came out, and then Ghost came out like a couple weeks after that, and I'm like, what is
The
this?
Revelations, man.
Yo, like Ghost just made that album look terrible. Ghost made it look worse than what it is.
They just don't have the camaraderie anymore, man.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
So that was disappointing to me, and I don't know if this is where Phil was going, but the Common album, I didn't like.
Oh Lord,
I wasn't on it either.
Oh God.
Yo, I didn't
I
like
wanted
it.
to like it so bad.
Sometimes
That's
you
my
get
guy.
disappointing. Like, oh.
Like,
It
and the
hurts
thing
my
is,
heart.
I'm a huge Common fan. I think
Yes.
Common is one of the 18 dudes in my top 10, and it's like, but this album I just couldn't bang with it.
Hey, Jim, I'm gonna get you.
I couldn't bang with it though. Like I really couldn't, man. Phil, is that where you were going, or you had somebody else?
That's exactly what I was going to. That's my guy. He's one of my favorite MCs of all time. Like my all time favorite song has him on there. So to hear this, and I wanted to like it so bad.
Yeah.
Although I can't say Rewind That. It was one of the best songs of the year to me. The J Dilla joint.
Yeah.
That joint, but I want to go somewhere that we haven't. Two joints. The Cameron series, the First of the Month series.
The first one I liked.
Yo,
I was going to say
what's
something
the one with
about
the
that.
clown? What's the one with the clown on the front?
That's the one I'm talking about. The first one.
Yo, that joint is
the
all
Ronald
that.
McDonald joint.
Yeah.
That joint is fire.
Yo,
Here's the
that
thing, though.
joint
I
is
was going to
crazy.
bring that up.
Yo.
I was going to say that's like my guilty pleasure, because
Oh,
like,
so guilty. 'Cause
everybody has an MC, right? That is ratchet and crazy, but you can't help it. Cameron is that guy for me. Like no one could tell me anything bad about Cam. Like I know half the time he's talking gibberish. He's talking whatever. He's talking.
Listen to his bars. Listen to his.
But listen though. That's my guy. Like I bang with Cam. Like,
Yo, my sister kills Cam every time.
yo, everybody kills Cam.
Like, all he says is like, she's like Louis Stewie.
Yo, but you can't say nothing bad about it. Cam is my guilty pleasure in terms of an MC because
No, but the Meat Killer, joint's hot.
It's the opposite of J. Cole. He's pure entertainment. What's more entertaining than Cam? It's hilarious. It's like comedy.
But that.
All right, can I go back on the Woo real fast?
Go ahead, because I'm going there too.
Please tell me, this ain't even on the Woo, but please tell me y'all heard Old Dirty Bastard's son's horrible album.
No, man.
All right, I'm done.
No,
That's
man.
it.
No.
All right. Phil, what you want to say, Phil?
The Raekwon soul joints that he did.
Ooh.
All throughout the
Mean.
The thank you, John.
Mean. But like all of them, he put them all out as a collective mixtape. The joint where he sampled Tina Marie. That
Mean.
Yo, Ray and Ghost are the best duo to me. The only duo that may be better than them is the 2/3 of a Brick, Styles and Jada. Is my favorite two MCs.
You talking about of all times?
There's an argument to be made for. We actually on one of our on one of our test episodes, I think we talked about the best duos that weren't actually groups, and those two always come up. 2/3 of a Brick and then Ragu. I mean, it's hard to top them when they.
I mean, Jay and Beans used to go at it too, though.
Oh, Jay and Beans, they were in there, you know.
Like when Beans used to go at it, he used to make Jay step his game up. Like,
oh, always, you know.
Yeah, so they used to go at it. That's a tough one though, man, because I say Pharoah and anybody. Like I know this album.
You get Pharoah and Black Thought to do multiple songs together. I mean, they had what, 2 songs together?
Did you hear what he was saying on Razzcast album? Like,
H2O.
The H2O. Come on, man. Like, he was.
H2O is
Cleon on that album. Like, I don't know what he was talking about. I'm still trying to decipher what he he left the planet for a minute.
Yo, Pharoah was never on the planet. Pharoah records on Mars.
But I'm telling y'all, that's why that album.
And where's Poe? And where the heck is Poe?
Where is he? Every time I listen to that album, and that's one of the main reasons that song there, that H2O, and Giraffe Pussy. Come on, man, that album is crazy.
Yo, Raz, that's our guy, man. That's my guy.
Yeah,
shout out to the homie Raz, yo.
Yeah, he definitely is, and but like I said, like my biggest issue with him has always been production, so he got that handled. Like, so I think for now on, he should just do he should do his own Prime album, Raz and Primo.
What was the other collabo album he had, Raz, a couple years ago? That was dope too.
He did the thank you joints where he collabed with he did a different joint, Razzcast Weekly. He did those, and he did another joint. He working on something now too.
Okay, I know I had something.
But here, this to me is my favorite Raz album since Soul on Ice.
Soul on Ice goes down as a classic.
It's a classic. It's a classic. So
I love Rat Assassination too. I mean, there was joints on there that like the beats, but like what H2O proof.
That's what's up, homie. I don't give a fuck. That's my
shit so nasty. I make Little Kim blush.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it is what it is. The joint with Twister. I mean, it's joints on there. I mean, even the Dr. Dre joint.
None of y'all mentioned Rick Ross though. What's going on? We've been doing the show for about a half hour, 45. Nobody mentioned Rick Ross, man.
Well, Mastermind was a dope. Well, Hood, stupid millionaire, whatever you want to call it, that was throwaways. That was all throwaways. That was stuff that. But I really dug Mastermind. Mastermind was actually a good album.
It was alright. It wasn't like here's the thing.
I think it was so much hype for it that it was a letdown. It was Jim.
They had a couple.
It was like Peyton, yo.
Oh, come on, man. No, not right now, man.
Hot 16.
Hot 16.
Hot 16.
But when the crunch time came.
Yeah, no, I agree. Listen, Mastermind was obviously better than the one he dropped it later at the end of the year.
No, that was horrible.
But
that was terrible.
But to be fair, the second joint was like San Fran season. You know what I mean? It never got out the gate. It was injured, so I'll throw a shot our way too. But you know what I mean?
No one mentioned Stolly. Stolly's album came out this year too. Did you guys
Ohio. That was solid too.
Vibe said it's like NyQuil.
Yeah, it's like lean, man. It's like purple. Yeah, he's
the Midwest J. Cole. Well, J. Cole's from North Carolina.
His joint, he's more entertaining than J. Cole, man. J. Cole just, at least he be saying something with his dryness. I mean, J. Cole just be cussing and.
Well, if you had Stally and Currency on the same album, you might as well take a nap.
No, Currency is. I don't rock with Currency, man.
Oh, that's my man.
I mean. He got 4 joints I like, where I be like, he's not. It's not that he's not talented, because he is. It's just not for me. Like,
isn't that the same way you feel about Lupe?
No. Lupe is incredible.
Oh, okay.
Lupe is incredible. I think he's an asshole though. Like I think it may be because of the Tribe shit. Ever since then, I just been like,
yeah. So that left a bad taste, huh? Because
I just don't rock with dude. He bothers me a little bit, but he's one of the best MCs in the world. I can't even front on him, and I enjoy his albums. All
I'm gonna say is this, right? We talking about 2014, but he set the bar high for 2015. Let's put it that way.
I'm gonna tell you, like my man told us. On Tissue and the Tape, he told us that Ghost was gonna be that dude in 2015. He's already starting out.
February.
Yo, he's already starting out. And Elza.
Oh God. Oh my God. Bye.
Well, before you go into it, because that was my next question. Before we get out of here, the last topic I want to talk about is this, because you already started. Is what are you looking forward to in 2015? So I'm gonna jump right back to you, Phil. Elza and Ghost.
And I need. It's not gonna happen because rap is like wrestling and it's all scripted. But I need a Black Thought album, not a Roots album. I need a Black Thought album. It's not gonna happen. You know.
Anything else that you've heard that may be coming out this year that you're looking forward to?
Raz got some joints. And it's a kid. It's a kid. Remember I told you this. It's a kid. But I know what I'm talking about. It's a kid in Philly. Y'all, you guys will know. It's King Shams. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I listened to it. You put me down with it. I listened to it.
Yeah,
he's like the.
How old is he?
He has like a throwback sound to him.
Okay.
22, but you would think that he's our age with what he rhymes about. He's
like Joey Badass.
Yeah,
Joey is old. He young, but he old.
Yeah, that's how this kid is. In the stuff that I heard that he has coming out. Yeah.
All right, so nobody mentioned my man Assad.
Oh, Assad. I heard you mention him. You put me down with Assad.
Concrete Jungles is coming out this year, but he's from Philly too, and he is very, very good. Download Flowers too.
Anything else coming in 2015 you looking forward to?
Well, one of them already dropped, and that's Joey. I was very excited about that, and I'm very happy with what I heard. So
Jim, I got one for you.
Don't steal mine, Survive. Don't steal. You know what I'm looking forward to.
It's not happening, bro.
Let that man cook. Let that man cook.
That may be 30-15. You talking about
Jay Electronica.
Yo,
the greatest MC you ever heard, Jay Electronica.
Yo, he's never making that album.
Here's what I'm looking forward to, man. Mr. Wonderful, Action Bronson.
Okay.
That's what I'm personally looking forward to.
Action. A lot of people shit on Action because they say it sound like Ghost or whatever. action is pure entertainment, yo.
Pure entertainment.
Yo,
I need an
you don't
Action
even have
Bronson
to
and
rap.
Cameron song.
He says that too. He be like, "Don't say my ish sound like Ghostface."
Yo.
That's my man.
Yo, his have you seen his blog? I mean his food
Cookie
show?
show? Yeah, I seen it.
Yo,
No, are you serious?
Yo, he on YouTube. Yo, it's the greatest thing ever. It's called Fuck That's
As
Delicious.
soon as I log off.
But Jim, I got K Dot.
Okay.
Walmart said it might be coming out on shelves tomorrow. That definitely that new K Dot. And just for me, I'm a glutton for punishment. But you can say what you want. But Mr. Kardashian West, I'm still a fan, man.
God.
I'm still a fan.
No,
So,
I'm a fan too.
I'm a fan, but
Yo,
he's in the Lupe category though. He bothers me, yo. Like
That last album
I'm
was
trying to
hard.
separate the personal.
no, but hold on though.
Like Kobe.
Jesus was it was an acquired taste. Let's put it that way.
Now you got to spread.
Yeah, my God. I like a couple tracks on there. I do.
No,
Yeah.
that don't come on.
You can have an acquired
and
taste, but shit is still gonna taste like shit
Yo,
at the end of the day.
No, put it like this.
And that's
Put
what
it
it
like
was,
this.
yo.
That was what
Cookies.
I like to call albums like that, playlist albums. I take like 2 tracks and put them on some other playlist.
There you go.
I'll never listen to the album again, but it had a couple playlist tracks on there for me.
Man, his joint with Paul McCartney that came out, man. Paul McCartney worked with anybody, man. I'm not trying to hear that kind
And
of
Slaughterhouse too. We need that Slaughterhouse album too.
Yeah. No one mentioned Crooked Eye. Crooked Eye had a joint
I was
drop.
just about to say.
Let me tell you something. This joint that I'm listening to now, I'm on like track 10. This album
I think that's the one Phil got in his hand. Phil, put that back up.
Sex, Money, and Hip Hop.
Right here.
He got it in his hand. Yeah.
It's amazing, yo. It's starting off amazing.
He gonna be in VA on March 31st, and me and the homie we on that.
Nobody said Meek Mill's. Nobody said Meek Mill's coming out.
But hold on though. Like not that this Meek, but back to what you just said. It's another album that I actually was disappointed in. Believe it or not. Speaking of Slaughterhouse, was House Slippers.
Yeah, certainly.
And that was a disappointing album, man.
Underwhelming.
And I'm a huge Slaughterhouse fan. I love all of them. I love all of them. But that album though, nah.
Yeah, Heatmakers.
House Rules was solid though.
You think it was solid?
You like?
It was solid waste.
Yes.
House Rules?
Yeah.
Oh, House Rules. I think you said House Slippers.
No,
House
no,
Rules.
House Rules.
House Rules was solid. House Slippers was solid waste. House Rules was solid. Like honestly, when's the last time you went back and put on House Slippers though? Real talk.
I didn't listen to it after the day.
After the first day, I didn't listen to it.
The track House Slippers, that's it, really, honestly.
That's it.
And I wanted to. That's a dude that I like, so I wanted to like it, but it was.
Yeah, it's like with the Common album, you be trying to force yourself to like it, like.
Yeah, can't do it. Don't do it.
Can't do it.
I like winners.
Can't play with them. No doubt. So that's another one, but Crooked.
But Crooked had a great year too, man. Like his on the South by Southwest Sway in the Morning, his acapella joint was crazy.
He rapping like somebody owe him money or he got kids to feed. Like he's just going off right now.
Like, come on,
Did you hear
they shouldn't let him go first.
Did you hear the Prometheus, John?
Oh, yo.
He destroys this song, man.
Yo, this joint, the Drum Murder joint with Horseshoe Gang, Drum Murder 2.
That's why you think I said I was downloading Horseshoe Gang.
Yo, the first one you gotta get in None We Trust. The first Drum Murder is on there.
Okay, all right, I'm on it.
Yeah. Anyway, man, so I just want to get that on the record, man. We've been going for a while. This is the first episode. But so that's what we're looking forward to in 2015. We gave our top albums for 2014. So go download every album we mentioned. Stay away from the ones we told you to stay away from, man. And no Cam slander. Nobody disrespect Cam. That's my man. So we're gonna leave it at that, man. But gentlemen, any last words before we get out of here? Survive.
Tissue and the Tape. We do our show on Friday nights, Eastern Standard Time, midnight to 2. Respect Heat Holders.
Absolutely, and you can also find them on War Room Sports Podcast Network.
Absolutely.
If you download the War Room Sports app, you can listen to them anytime you want to, and also on iTunes, the War Room Sports Podcast Network. Uncle Mike, what's good? Last words?
Well, first thing I just wanted to say I appreciate y'all inviting me, and
Absolutely.
now y'all enlighten me into a lot of stuff. You can find me at Uncle Briss 30 on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm going to be trying to do at least a once a week album review on, if it's worth it.
Yeah,
all right?
yeah. Yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna start finding some albums to ask you to review for me and whatnot when we can't get to them.
No weed plates, yo.
No weed plates. Although sometimes you gotta do that. You gotta show you can't just pick all the albums you like. Sometimes you gotta an album comes out.
No, I set it off. I double them to a cassette tape, put it in the cassette tape so I can throw it out and run it over.
Wow.
Phil, before we get out of here, Phil, any last words though?
Yo, you like Vod already said it, Tissue of the Tape on the War Room Sports Podcast Network, Fridays from midnight to 2. Hip Hop 365, the infinite playlist. We do it every damn day. 1,022 days straight. We feature a song. Check us out on Facebook. It's Facebook / Hip Hop 365. HIP-HOP 365. We got a hyphen because KRS-One said it has one. And hey, look behind me, yo.
Yeah.
You see it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yo, man, when y'all gonna feature murals as a song, though, man? That's all I want to know.
Tomorrow.
Yo.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where he wrote that. He wrote that. I told y'all he wrote that on the Millennium Falcon because he was definitely out of this world when he wrote that song. But
Did I tell you I almost crashed?
Yo, I pulled over. I ain't gonna lie. The first time I heard it, I was in the car. I was actually talking to my radio. I was like, "Talk that shit, Lupe." And I realized I was by myself.
Why was my daughter? My daughter was in the car with me. She took her hat off and threw it up against the windshield.
She smurdered. She smurdered the car.
She smurdered the whip.
Smurdered all over the car.
No doubt. All right, y'all. But listen, though, this has been the first episode. We had fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Watch it. Share the video. Let us know what you think. Check out all these gentlemen's work. Everything will be in the description box. As we always say, don't accept mediocrity and be steadfast in the war against ignorance. And I'll see you chumps on top.
Absolutely.
Kuwait is the war room.